In this video, I'm going to show you how to take a quiz on the D2L site. This will help you for either taking a regular chapter quiz or a unit exam. So to see the quizzes, you click quizzes. So right now, there's actually only one available. This is the example quiz, which you can take multiple times. So I suggest this: before you attempt to take a chapter quiz or a Unit 1 exam, you should definitely try to take this example just so you get the mechanics of the quiz tool down, so there's no issues on a quiz or exam day. So you can take it as many times as you need to become familiar with this tool. I'm going to pop out of student view simply because I will not be able to take the quiz as an exam as a student. So your view is not going to be exactly the same. So if you click that link as a student, right, the next screen that'll pop up, I'll show you that in a second. I have to go here and click preview. Once you click the link for an exam, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the availability, the time allowed, how many attempts. So this one has unlimited attempts. So for a quiz or an exam, you're going to see this as a number 1. It talks about some restrictions, and then you click Start Quiz. All right. So once the quiz tool loads, it's going to look something like this. You're going to see pages here. So this one has page 1, then page 2, and page 3. So if you watch the syllabus video, I talked about exam pages. And each page will have 5 multiple choice or true and false questions, and then short answers will appear by themselves on a page. So it tells you the time limit, how much time is left, and what attempt it is. It should be attempt 1. And then the questions are here. So just like any multiple choice question, you could pick between the choices. When you're happy with your final answer, so which is not a Jovian planet, I believe that's Pluto, right? So if you hit save, you're going to see the diskette image over here on page 1 for question 1's now become solid, saying that you chose an answer. Now, does that mean you can change this? Sure. So let's say I choose Neptune and hit save. You can change the answers to your questions so long as they're on the same exam page. So I'm just going to go ahead and just click a bunch of these. Just a note too that these questions are in here, but the correct answers are not actually chosen, so you're not going to get the correct a really important grade at the end of this. And remember, this is just an example, so the grade at the end doesn't matter, and some of these questions don't even have a correct answer in the system. So don't worry when you see your final grade for this example quiz. It doesn't count towards anything. So once you're satisfied with the answers on an exam page, you can go ahead and click. You'll notice that I didn't click save on any of these, but you can click save all responses. All right, so if I do that, you're going to see that it saves all of them. All right. Now, if I'm ready to go to the next page, I click next page. Now, notice it's going to ask you, if you move to the next page, you'll not be able to come backwards. So remember, that's going to be true for an exam. You cannot go back to a previous exam page once you moved on from it. But you will be able to on a quiz. That'll be no problem. But this is just showing you what it would look like for an exam. So if you click yes, you'll see that I will not be able to go back to these questions. All right, so now I'm on the page 2. There's 6 more questions. Let me just throw some answers in here. Notice I don't have to click save after every question, but it's probably not a bad idea to do so. So I'm going to click next page without doing saving all responses. I'm going to click yes. I do want to point out that I didn't click save all responses or save for any individual question on page 2, but because I had choices there, when I went to the next page, it did save them. All right, so as long as you're clicking those radio buttons on the true and false and multiple choice questions, and then you move on to the next page, it will save them for you, but try to keep the habit of actually saving them on the same page. All right, so page 3 is an example of a short answer question, so you would just answer the question here. All right, so there we go, we answered it. Again, there's the save and then save all responses. Now, since this is the last page in this example exam or quiz, there is no next page button. It's not highlighted, but there is the go to submit quiz. Okay, so I'm going to go to submit quiz. I'm going to say this will submit your quiz. So there's a lot of checks to make sure that you don't actually go farther ahead than you need to. So I'm going to click yes. And then it even says it one more time. It says you're about to submit your quiz. Allow this preview temp, so it's going to allow it to be graded. So you could put, I think you could, that's fine. That's not a problem. But you can click that there and hit submit quiz. And it submits it. And what it'll give you, it'll give you the attempt score. So this is telling me that 2 out of 15 were correct with a score of 13.33. I'm going to mention this again, even though I mentioned it in the D2L video. For your quizzes, you'll actually see your quiz score here because they're automatically graded because they're multiple choice and true and false. So you'll see your quiz score here. And then this score is actually transferred over to the grade book automatically. Now for the exams, 82 points out of 100 are from true and false and multiple choice questions. So they'll be automatically graded. The score that you see here after you finish your exam will be how many points out of 82 you receive, because then I have to go in manually and score the 3 short answer questions. So let's say, for an example, I use it in the other video. Say you see a 75% here. That's going to mean 75 out of 82. I'm then going to grade the short answer questions. So your final grade will actually be the 75 plus whatever points you earned from the short answer questions. What I will do is, after I finish grading everyone's short answer questions, I will put a news item on the course homepage saying that the grades for whichever exam that you're taking are available in the grade book. So don't freak out if you see a terrible score here. Remember, I still have to go in and grade the short answer questions. So that only really applies if we're talking about an exam, not a quiz. Okay? You click done, and then you're done taking your exam or quiz, and it should take you back to, this is what I see. I see how many attempts are here, but it'll just take you back to the normal quizzes tab.